You know what time it is? It's Gojo time. So, this pose has been requested a lot. It's when it's versus Sukuna, and he's in Toji's costume, clothes style thing. Fight pose, glowing blue hands, I think. So, I found this image. It's an anime version of it, so hats off to whoever converted the manga to the anime. His face kind of looks better in this. So, let's try. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause. If I go too fast when I move my hand, his head is teeny weeny. I tried to fit Sukuna's pose in as well. I'll work on that. It's very difficult. The faces get very small if I try to put both of them in. You gotta squish them up. So maybe I'll do Sukuna maybe in a part 2. And if you wanted, you could combine both. I'm just limited by this black ink marker that I have. Let's go. Eyebrows. Frowning heavily. So we'll do that first. Like a tick or a check mark, right? Going up, kind of like a Dragon Ball character's eyes, if you have followed any of those tutorials that I do. Right? Now, we want to add a little bit that we can color, sort of his hair color pink right down here. So we'll go about this thick, and then it gets real skinny at the back, okay? You want to go pretty much one line then when you're at the end. So it's kind of like a Nike sort of tick nearly. And then we'll give him an extra little frown just here. So the other eyebrow is kind of lower down. I'm just going to start with the eyebrows because it'll help us place everything. So the other one, like right across, but it doesn't go as vertical. So it goes sort of like flatter. Because we're in sort of 3/4 pose, so like his head's slightly turned, so the artists don't do the eyebrows the same. It's kind of like a tilt on it a little bit. And then we'll add the thickness to the front of his eyebrow here. Just a little. Okay. And maybe a bit of a frown line again. Now, so that's basically his eyebrows. So you can see kind of like this one's higher up, right? On this side. Kind of goes more vertical this way. Okay, and this one's kind of flatter. So we'll add his eyes underneath. So he's got those big eyelash lines, right? So it's kind of like coming out from underneath his eyebrow. So say you could see maybe the front here. And these would be kind of pinkish as well, right? And we'll just do some spikes like that, right? And then the bottom eyelid line just around here. Some people do like to add eyelashes to this as well, but in the anime they normally just go with this kind of thing. Just a simpler way for animators to draw them. And then his iris and pupil, so he's looking up from underneath his eyebrows, right? His head is kind of tilted forward. So you'll do the half circle for the eye, just sort of curving around here. Half and or semicircle. Nice. The pupil in a similar position, trying to get it in the middle, looking up. Okay. That's what we're going for his eyes. And there might be an eyelid line just at the top up there, a little one. Maybe there. So on the other side, so we could maybe see a bit more of the eyelashes kind of sticking out the back here. Just going underneath the eyebrow then. Out the front, those big pink eyelashes, and then the eyelid on the bottom, that sort of standard anime eye shape there, and we'll add an eyelash section kind of here, just 3 of them. Easiest way of doing it when the face is this small. Of course, if we were closer up, we could put way more detail. Eyelid line there. Right, so again, sort of a half circle and maybe semi-circle looking up. Underneath that frowning eyebrow. Okay. And then the pupil again. We're just checking to make sure we're the same size on both sides, roughly. Okay, so for his nose, so we'll just go with, in the manga it's like over here. I think it's wrong in the manga. Here I am criticizing a professional manga artist, but it looks like it's too far to the left. Is that just me? So we're gonna go maybe here, right? And then we'll just add like the side of his nose there, and maybe a nostril here. And I think that looks a bit better, in my personal opinion. Because in the manga, it's like weird. It's like way over this side, like going that way. So, big smiling mouth. Starts underneath his pupil on this side. Right, little sort of dimples. And then underneath the pupil over here, say, lower down. There somewhere. And we're going to just go across, curve it up to there. And then we just open this up. So we do the bottom lip as well. Like so. And then they give him teeth inside. So it's like he's talking, right? And you can see like his tongue color in there, but we'll just go black because it's so small, you know. And then his bottom lip, just there, and a square chin real close to it again. Okay. So this area is bigger than this. Say like eyes to the nose goes beyond the chin. It's because his head is tilted forward, so you're getting this perspective sort of thing. So this area, say chin to the nose, will bring you up nose to say the bottom eyelid. So this space and this space are about the same. Right, it's just when you have a head tilt, the perspective makes like the forehead to the nose area look much bigger than this, because this is tilted back away from you. It's not too much, it's just this will go up to just where his eye starts. But the proportion of the mouth is still the same, so like nostril to the bottom lip is about the same as bottom lip to chin still. It's very close. Then we go for his jaw. Side of the face. And then it's kind of a cheek, like a 3/4 thing. So curves like in and out a little bit. It's not like major, but it just gives a 3/4 feel to the face. A couple of animes do this. They don't go like full 3/4. It's like a little bit of a jaw, but they just curve it in. And then it goes around his cheek. And up the side of his face. And then the jaw on this side goes up towards his ear. So we can see sort of like his sideburns sort of here, like his sort of hair, like a little V. Maybe a little bit on this side, like just a little touch of it. And then you can see a lot of his ear on this side and very little over here. So we'll go with the bigger one first, right? It's kind of easier. And then the tiny one comes out from underneath a hair spike. Sort of in there, sort of. And you could see some ear lines, you know, these bones and ligaments in your ears. Right, Gojo anime hair. So we'll simplify it. So we'll go spiking with the fringe first. Down, around like so. And we keep sort of doing this. And he does do sort of single strands of hair, like kind of on their own. And then we start spiking back. Some of them will go over his eye. Okay, getting there. So we go down here. Up. Up. And then, now remember, hair moves, like it changes its direction and stuff, and it blows in the wind, and if they're fighting, it changes direction and everything, so. And if you're doing it in manga style, you could be way looser with your marks, of course. And some texture lines. Nice. Right, I think that's the best I can do with the hair. So, anatomy. 2 hands, well, a fist and a hand. One of them's like a Bruce Lee kind of pose. Whoa. So, what do we do? Neck, we'll go, which we'll probably get like maybe torso, legs, arms, and then deal with fists. So his neck muscles, we'll go this way. Make another one in there. And then neck muscle coming down from his ear, then that way as well. And he has a black collar that kind of follows this. Kind of bumps around his neck muscles here. Right, and quite large trapezius neck back there, very high up. This is like the head, you'll see the head tilt better now because how high up his back is. So his head tilt is a bit forward. So your trapezius muscles go into your shoulders, and then these neck muscles go into the center line for your chest. So say here, collarbone, but if you're a muscular character, it's a chest muscle really. And Gojo is muscular in this. Right, so this is his chest muscle. And center line for the chest to be about there. And then we can see shoulder muscles just coming around this way. And shoulder muscles are usually sort of kind of like love heart shaped. You know, this kind of thing. Let's say on the other side here. Because this one's higher up. So these chest muscles then go down into here. And we can see his sort of rib cage or diaphragm. And this comes down to like his abdominal muscles and hips and stuff, just bumping down there. And then his back sort of hangs out here. So ab line, 6-pack, 1, 2, 3. And then we've got like the tops of these kind of broken lines like this. Next layer of abs, and then the next layer. Then you start to see like oblique muscles. So it's like the easiest way to do it is like these letter Y shapes, right? That's what I find. Like his hips and stuff go down in there. It's like a little letter Y, see? And then his pants, and then we deal with the arms. So very loose fitting sort of, what would you call it, sort of judo style. Right, a tied knot sort of here. With a big bow coming out. Well, it's just loose, sort of tied. It reminds me of a bow or dog's bone or something. And then bottom part. You do these any way you want now. I'm just doing it real quick. Right, and then his trousers are real just baggy, right? So they bump down like this, like stairs, sort of. And the other side is kind of more stretched out because his knee is out there. And then the center line goes down that way. And then we have like the fabric being pulled in all different directions. So you just have to add like fabric lines like this. This kind of thing. So it's usually like his legs are spread apart, so they're being pulled across the legs like that. Now, arms. So we'll deal with the big one. So we can see his tricep kind of just bumps this way, and like bicep kind of here. It's kind of turned on its side a bit, so it's kind of lines like that. And then the forearm goes there. And the elbow and then forearm here. And his black t-shirt line curves over this. So we'll go here. And then a couple more musculature lines. Like so. So the other one's kind of a bit more complicated. So say like the armpit, like it's just, you can just mark where the arm starts to come out, I guess. And then there's a hand, so I'll have to zoom into that. But we'll do the big fist here first. So I'll zoom into this. So where the hand meets the wrist bone, it's kind of this bump, this wavy sort of S. And then the back of the hand comes out here. And then we start to get like knuckles, right? So these like bumps along the back of the knuckle and the back of the fingers. And a closed fist. So each of these then is the fingers curved over. And then we'll add finger lines to these. And some knuckle lines on them. Hands can be tricky, so hit that pause button whenever you feel like it. And there's like some more knuckle sort of lines on all this. Oh, and the thumb. Can't forget the thumb. Always reminds me of a kidney bean. Or just like a peanut maybe, or something like that. That's what it always reminds me of anyway. And I'm aware there's all sort of energy and stuff coming around his fist, but we'll do this more complicated hand shape now over here. So this is challenging, so I'll zoom into this. So his arm comes down here, elbow, and then comes back up, right? And he's like doing this, oh, Bruce Lee. So, no easy way of doing this. So we'll mark where his elbow is. Okay, and then the forearm. It's kind of like a bowling pin sort of shape. Kinda like if there was a round circle up there. And we got some like muscle lines. Now we meet the hand here, so this is where the wrist meets the hand, and again we have this bumping sort of palm of the hand. This, it's like a W sort of thing, like this double curve. And this connects to his thumb, which hangs down, and then we go up to his pinky up this side. So thumb first, then we'll do pinky, and then we'll try and fill in everything. So thumb sticking out there, and then his pinky goes up this way, the little finger. Your fingers always have 3 segments, right? 3 sort of skin folding segments like that. 3 bumps. And then we gotta like fill in the 3 other fingers. Start with the ring finger, comes up, down. Right, so 1, 2, we turn at each knuckle. So So first line, second line, third line, and then we curve around. First, second, third, bumpy. And then nails, fingernails. Next one is kind of like the same sort of shape, so it goes and around, and a fingernail there, and then again. And then we'll add some hand lines. Maybe some wrist bone. We should see some bicep under here. And some tricep on this side, like the other muscle in the back. There's t-shirt lines underneath the hand here. Okay. Now, so there's kind of energy coming out of both hands, and in the manga he draws it kind of behind the hands, behind the character. So what way do we do it? So we'll go, it should be like over, right? It should be over his forearms. I'd say it's just a bit complicated when you're drawing a manga, so we can go over. So we'll just add this sort of flaming. This would be blue, and Sukuna's will be red. When I do that one, I'll probably draw that again. There'll be a part 2 to this, so you could put both of them together if you wanted. And we'll just do kind of, it's like a flame thing. Right. Gojo, fight pose versus Sukuna. Oop, there's actually a chest muscle line that I missed. Boom, boom. Okay, now I'm done. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye-bye.